again YouTube, Mad Dog here. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought to do a quick update on the petition that hopefully you guys and lasses have seen in one of my previous videos regarding the opposition of the new proposed UK knife laws, especially around regarding the delivery ban, let's say, to the home address. So I've been in contact with Knife Warehouse UK. They've been my port of call for signing the petition myself and using their website, their company, as a platform to hopefully get you guys and lasses on board with this, to go along and sign their petition, you know, on behalf of us bushcrafters as well. I believe GearBest are doing one as well. The Bushcraft Store UK. I think Heine Haynes are doing one as well. I believe, I'm not sure if it's Heine Haynes or GearBest, one of the two has got the backing of Ray Mears as well, a good well-known British professional bushcrafter, survivalist, wildlife man, whatever you want to call him. Tracker is a man of many skills and very, very knowledgeable, very experienced. So it's good to have a high status celebrity on board and backing us as well. So I thought to do a quick update anyway. So I'm on the UK Warehouse's website. So I'm just going to arrow down now and go to the potential knife ban. It's on the left hand side here and it's third from the bottom. Just click on that. Unfortunately this only applies to people over in the UK. However, my American and Canadian friends out there, no doubt some of you guys and lasses will have friends in the UK, or at least in Europe. I'm guessing it's just the UK, to be honest. So what I would ask is, anybody that's got any passion about this, please share as many videos on this subject, even my poor little efforts. Share them on your social media in the hope that people that are friends of yours that are in the UK will pick this up and run with it. That's my ambition, that's my ask of you people basically, is let's broadcast this as far and wide as we can for the reasons that I'll explain in a moment. So I've brought the potential knife ban page up on the Knife Warehouse website. I'll scroll down to the petition and click on that. So at the moment, this probably isn't picking up very well on my poor camera, but at the moment we are up to 19,413 signatures. Yes, and that's just on this one website, on the Knife Warehouse UK website. So assuming that the other three companies all have similar, then we're getting on, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8, we're getting on for 80,000 people, 80,000 signatures. Now at the bottom here it says the government will respond to all petitions that get more than 10,000 signatures. That's as a whole for each case, let's say. So we've doubled that just on this one website forum. So times that by 4, there is no argument that they have to look into this. Secondly, if we can raise 100,000 signatures, then this petition will have to be considered for debate in Parliament. So it's that large, that much of an issue by populace of the UK in percentage, that it gets a discussion time in the Houses of Parliament, our government system over here in the UK. Please, let's try and get to that figure. That's personally what I would want to see. I want to see 100,000+ signatures minimum to show our passion, our grievance, our intolerance of being bullied by our government, this rubbish system that we have. I want it to go to the government where it is aired on the, you know, the UK Parliament, Ask the Prime Minister time sort of thing on TV. That'd be fantastic, because for me, this is just my opinion, please forgive me in advance, but for me, if we can raise at least 100,000 signatures, then it has to go to Parliament. And that being said, these proposed laws, in my opinion, will still get passed, they will still get forced through. Now, on the back of what I've just said, we should then take up another case where people like the Sun, which is a newspaper over in the UK, a media Sun, I'll say a trashy sort of newspaper without being too disrespectful, easy reading, let's say. They managed to establish 5,500 signatures in their petition, you know, against knife delivery, so against us. And with their media coverage, that is quite a small number indeed. So what I would suggest is, if we can achieve 100,000 signatures and the government still force this ridiculous law into force, then we have a clear case that we are no longer a democracy. Despite what you read in the newspapers, despite what you watch on television, despite all of the media, we're being told what to do. So the people have voted, we've petitioned, we have chosen that we are not happy with the proposal of the new laws, the new changes. We don't want them, basically. The majority rule, which is the fundaments of democracy, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but the fundaments of democracy is we all have a vote, the majority wins, and the minority basically concedes to that vote and goes, fair enough, I don't agree with it, but because the majority have voted for it, I will agree and run with it. That's the ethic of democracy for me, for my mind. And this to me proves that the majority of people are against the proposition of this new ridiculous knife law sale ban. However, if the government still enforce that ban of home delivery sales, then it proves also that our democratic system doesn't work. We are actually under a dictatorship rule. Now, for me, as an advocate of democracy, I would suggest that all three parties, main parties should I say in the UK, Labour, Conservative and the Liberal Democrats, and maybe the others as well, the also-rans, they should all resign, because they are no longer a democratic government. They should all resign. We're being told what to do, and that isn't right. We've not fought for 4+ generations for freedom against dictatorships that have tried to invade our country and take over Europe, etc., for our freedoms, to have it overruled on something as simplistic as having the right to have a knife delivered to your home address, a tool. Excuse me, I'm just wiping my brow again. Yet again, it's still very hot over in the UK, so please forgive me. So, I've ranted a bit too much yet again on this subject. I really feel passionate about this. A, it involves the knife scenario, which I do feel passionate about. It's part of my hobby. And B, it infringes my freedom, my right of freedom, my freedom of speech, the whole core of democracy for me is threatened by something as simple as this knee-jerk reaction law. That's just one of my personal opinions. Anyway, quickly moving on. Knife Warehouse UK, I've made a little purchase from them recently, 3 knives, and I will be reviewing each one individually, but just a quick look round. I've brought one of their, it is a replica, it isn't the genuine crocodile real steel deal, but this is the British Army issue machete. It's a nicely made thing, this is. It isn't a cheap Chinese copy, it's by Combat Tactical. I will be doing a full review on that, full look around that later on. That's one item that I've brought from Warehouse UK, Knife Warehouse UK. Secondly, I brought one of these monstrous things, and this is like a multifunction knife. It's like a huge Swiss Army knife there. It's got a drop point blade there. It's a locking knife, but my god, this thing's like a tank. It only has 3 attachments. It has another small knife with a gutting hook and eyelet there. That's the second item. And the third item is this, which is a wood saw, a drop bill wood saw. It's only short, but it's double bladed, double toothed. Again, I'll do proper reviews on all of these later on. So I've got that from Knife Warehouse UK. Do excuse me. So that will be being reviewed soon. That's made by Anglo Arms. And this little fella I brought basically as tongue-in-cheek jibe at the government, at this proposal for the ban, you know. It's a UK legal carry knife, currently, that soon I won't be allowed to have delivered to my door because it contradicts this new proposed law. And that's this little fella. It's a little folding knife. Just let me put it in perspective here. A little pocket folding knife. The blade is less than 2 inches. It's a lovely thing, don't get me wrong, it's a nice packwood handle. The fit and finish is lovely on this. I'm saying it's Anglo Arms, reputation for being a bit cheap and nasty maybe. It is cheap, but it isn't nasty. It's non-locking, and you know, whilst I'm all for abiding by the law, non-locking to me is dangerous to the user, which to me means basically it should be illegal to sell it, because to me there's a tool first and foremost should be safe for the user to use safely. It's not hard, is it? This isn't, in my opinion, this isn't. Anyway, I digress. So that's the little Anglo Arms folding packwood knife. You are allowed to legally carry that in the UK. Ooh, aren't we lucky? You know, you're going to do some serious bushcrafting with that. I mean, just put it in my hand just as a perspective. Smaller than my thumb. I'm going to do some good trap making, firewood battening if you need to. I'm not a big battening fan, batoning, whatever you want to call it, but you see what I'm saying. That is really safe. Look at that. Get that. You know, I'm cutting down into some birch bark and pull up. Yeah, it's really safe, and it is sharp. It's surprisingly sharp. So anyway, I'm ranting. Sorry. So I'm going to review that properly, as fairly as I can, without my biased opinions. So the 3 items that I've brought from Knife Warehouse UK, they're a very good company. They deliver accurately, reliably and quickly. And these guys and lasses potentially will be unemployed if this new law gets passed. So please help me, help them and us, as a people. Let's carry on with this. Please like and share this as much as you can, even if you're, you know, from the States or Canada, in the hope that some of your friends or your friends' friends are based in the UK will pick this up and run with it and help the cause and say no for a change. Please, let's stand up, excuse me, and be counted. Let's say no to all this BS government dictatorship that only ever affects the innocent. The scumbags will still be allowed to roam free doing what they want with the kitchen knives. That won't change. Anyway, yet again, sorry for the rant, I really do apologise. I am passionate about this, I do care, and together many voices are strong. So let's stay strong, let's stay together, and please help me help ourselves. Take care out there. Thank you all very much for your patience and putting up with my horrible rants on these sort of subjects. But it's for all our long-term benefit, so please understand. Take care out there. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!